Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today I want to talk about how-tos and why-tos. And too many of us, unfortunately, go down the wrong route. We go down the how-to route. So if we want to find out how to do something, we watch the videos on YouTube, we buy the books, we listen to the podcasts, we try and get as much information in our head about how to do that thing. And you will find that for a lot of us, we will go down that route, but we'll never take action on it. Even though we have all the knowledge in our head, we stupidly tell ourselves, well, I need more information. I need to know exactly how to do this. I need to know how to do this or that or the other. And then we don't take action. Now, the reason I know that is because I was one of those people. You know, when I used to work in our local supermarket, I used to work a night shift stacking shelves. And for a long time, I wanted to have a podcast like this. I wanted to write fiction. Now, what I did, like most people, I watched the videos, read the books. You know, if you ask me anything on fiction, I could tell you how to create a storyline, how to create a character, how to come up with dialogue. I could tell you all of those things, yet I hadn't got a book. Again, for a long time, I used to listen to people on podcasts, and I used to say to myself, God, I would love to have a podcast, but I kept saying to myself, I need to find out as much information as I can on recording and having a podcast. Again, did all that information, didn't take any action on it. And the reason I didn't take any action on it was because I went down the wrong route. I went down the how-to route. I should have gone down the why-to route. Why do I want a podcast? Why did I want to write fiction? But I didn't. And maybe you're making that mistake right now as well. Because right now, I could show you lots of different things. I could show you how to create a web page. I could show you how to record a podcast episode. I could show you how to do a Facebook Live. I could show you how to write a great fictional character and how to create a fantastic storyline for a fiction book. I could show you all those things. I could show you that probably in the next hour or so. But I know at the end of that hour or two, you wouldn't take action on it. Because you don't want to do that thing. You're strong enough, your why isn't strong enough to compete with everything else. You know, again, if I go back into my shoes, the reason I didn't write fiction was because I was scared. I was afraid of getting out of my comfort zone. I was afraid of criticism. I was worried what other people would think about me. And what I did was, if you imagine like a weighing scales, I had all this on one side, and that was weighing me down. And my little why on the other side, it was tiny compared to all this kind of garbage on the other side. And the only reason I actually wrote my fiction books, you know, recorded podcast episodes, was because I built a big enough why. I decided to myself, well, you know, Barry, do you really want to be in this job in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, just stacking shelves for a living? Again, I was kind of picturing me as a parent. You know, what example was I showing for my kids that the highest they could achieve was just a kind of a menial 9-to-5 job? Now, I'm not putting anyone's job down. You know, that job did put a roof over my head. But I wanted to, you know, be an example to my kids. I wanted to show them that, you know, they could be more than what they were. And I didn't think I was setting up a good enough example. And the more I thought about that, the more it angered me. You know, me as an example. What example was I setting? You know, was this a job I wanted to be in the rest of my life? And the more angry I got, the stronger my why got, and the heavier it got. And I came to a point where my why outweighed all the nonsense I had on the other side. And when I had a strong enough why, then I started writing my fiction book. Then I started doing podcasts. Again, even these TikTok videos I'm doing here. I was scared of being on camera. You know, go back a couple of years, I would have been terrified. And yet, here I am. And the reason I'm here is because my why is a lot stronger than all the nonsense. So again, going back to you. Right now, you probably have more than enough knowledge to do the thing that you want to do. But you don't want to do it enough. Because if you did want to do it enough, you would actually take action on that knowledge. So instead of, you know, reading more books on how to do the thing you want to do, how about just stopping today and just thinking to yourself, why do I want to do that? Now, sometimes, unfortunately, we see other people doing certain things and we want to do it too. You know, everybody's writing fiction books. Well, I want to be a fiction writer. Everybody's doing TikTok videos. Well, I want to jump on the game as well too. And sometimes when we do that, because we don't really want to do it, we're never successful. We never stick with it. And we drop out. So how about today thinking about why you would like to do those things? Because when you have a strong enough why, the hows don't matter. Because you'll pick up all the how-to information along the way. You will search out the books. You will search out the experts. And the how-to information that you do collect along the way, you will actually take action on it. Because you're working towards your why with all that information. So right now at the moment, unfortunately, you may be working along the way, but you're not taking action on it because your why isn't strong enough. So again, picture a weighing scales in your head. Picture everything on one side that is holding you back. Maybe it's fears, getting out of your comfort zone, afraid of criticism, maybe afraid of what your friends, your family, and all those people think. And that right now is a lot heavier than your tiny why. But if you work on that why, you will eventually find that it will be a lot heavier and it'll drive the scales back down. And it'll only be then that you actually take action. So my piece of advice today is stop focusing on the how to and focusing on your why to, because that is the thing that is going to get you going. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.